Have you ever got demolished by a player who is only using ordinary movements? Well, if no, then take a look at this clip. Here is your enemy, and suppose he uses a 4-finger HUD and you use only a 2-finger HUD. Now look at what happens. Now this is a Call of Duty idle bot which I am using to demonstrate this example, so he won't actually do anything. But just suppose both of you slid at the same time, both of you used ADS and then jumped at the same time, but still he gets the kills. But why? This is the first step of becoming a pro inside Call of Duty Mobile, increasing the amount of fingers you play with. Because when the enemy is in front of you and you're using only one finger, you're doing everything with only one thumb in a 2-finger HUD. Your slide button, your ADS button, your jump button and your fire button are all controlled by one of your thumbs. Meanwhile, the enemy with the 4-finger HUD, he is sliding and ADSing with one finger at the same time, and while doing that, also at the same time using another finger to jump, and then he is using another finger to shoot. That's why he gets the kills faster than you. So in today's video, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to move from a 2-finger HUD to a 3-finger HUD, how to get easily comfortable with the 3-finger HUD, and tips to make the 3-finger HUD better for you. You guys might be asking, why not a 4-finger HUD? Because the answer is, moving on from a 2-finger HUD to a 4-finger HUD is really tough for a new player, because the HUDs like 2-finger and 3-finger are considered easy to adapt to, but HUDs like 4-finger, 5-finger and 6-finger are hard. So it's better if you use your 3-finger HUD and get adapted to it fast. Then you should get to the 4-finger HUD and use it as your permanent HUD. I personally use a 4-finger HUD for my Call of Duty games, and it works out well. But first I mastered the 3-finger HUD, now I'm using the 4-finger HUD. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you the tips and tricks. Tip number 1 is, do not assign anything except joystick for left thumb. I have seen many people think that the left thumb should do much more than just using a joystick, but that is wrong. You need to move any second in Call of Duty Mobile. If you are doing something else with your thumb, you may not move in time and be an easy kill for your enemy. So do not assign anything to your left thumb except for the joystick, never. Tip number 2, think about your future 4-finger HUD and build the 3-finger HUD like it. Okay, this tip is for the people who want to move on to a 4-finger HUD after they have successfully mastered the 3-finger HUD. So if you are not one of them, if you want to stay in the 3-finger HUD, then this tip is not for you. But if you want to move on to a 4-finger HUD later, after you have mastered this HUD, then watch this tip. This is my 4-finger HUD which I use currently, and I had already planned it while building my 3-finger HUD. So now you have looked at my 4-finger HUD, just take a look at my 3-finger HUD. Okay, so this is my 3-finger HUD. So the third finger which I use in this HUD is my right index finger. So just look at what I did with my right index finger. I use the crouch button, the jump button, the prone button and the ADS button, and in my 4-finger HUD I also do the same in there. I only use the hip fire button, the ADS fire button and the inspection button with my 4th finger, but nothing else changes. So that means I should build my 3-finger HUD in a way so when I am building my 4-finger HUD, I don't have to change much things. So the HUD will stay as it is, and then I don't have to adapt too much. I don't have to waste too much time on adapting because I have already adapted to it while playing on my 3-finger HUD. Tip number 3, keep the ADS and crouch button side by side. Okay, so as you can see in my 3-finger HUD, I've kept the crouch button and the ADS button side by side. You should also do that, because the reason behind it is you don't have to press the crouch button once and then the ADS button again when you are in a gunfight in Call of Duty Mobile, because in Call of Duty Mobile every second in a gunfight matters. So you don't have to waste time by clicking on both of those buttons individually. You can just click on the slide button, which is the crouch button, and you slide your finger on your screen from there to the ADS button, and both of them work together. This is a really useful feature of Call of Duty Mobile which you guys should use, and it's like really useful. You don't have to keep your ADS button beside, like exactly horizontally beside your crouch button like I did in my HUD. You can use it according like how you want to use it, according to your finger size, your device screen size, and all those other things that matter. So you have to just place it beside it, and that's good. You can place it vertically, diagonally, or horizontally, that doesn't matter, just place it beside it. Tip number 4 is use the sensitivity you are comfortable with. Okay, so this tip is not exactly a building HUD tip, but this is really useful still when you are going to play Call of Duty Mobile, because when you are swiping your finger on your HUD while playing Call of Duty Mobile but your character turns too much or too less, that will probably lose you the gunfights. So that's why you should always test your sensitivity, which one suits you the most. Always remember, you should not copy others' sensitivity, because your device size matters, your finger size matters. So always test out your own sensitivity. If you don't know how to test out your own sensitivity, there are a lot of guides on YouTube to tell you that, but I might also post a guide in the future, so you may see that. If I have ever posted a guide on how to find your perfect sensitivity, I will leave it on the top right corner of the screen, so you can get it from there. Okay, so now I'm gonna be leaving the code for my own 3-finger HUD on the screen. It is right now on the screen. You can copy it from the pinned comment or from the description. This is the 3-finger HUD that I use, which you guys are seeing on my screen. So if you guys want to use it, then you can copy my code. But always remember one thing: when you are copying someone else's HUD, you should always make your own changes in that HUD. Like, you should change the opacity or sizes of the buttons according to your own need. If your finger is bigger than mine and your device screen is smaller than mine, then you need to change your HUD sizes and buttons sizes, and also the opacity if you don't want to see all those buttons clustered on your screen like that. If you want to make it a lot less messy, then you can reduce the opacity of them. And just like that, you should build your own HUD even after copying someone else's HUD. But this is a HUD which many international pros recommend, so that's why I recommended it to you guys, and I use it myself too when I play 3-finger. So when you guys copy it, you should always make your own changes. But if you want to make your own HUD instead of copying mine, that's also completely okay, because it's up to you what is comfortable with you. Okay, so now that you have built your perfect 3-finger HUD, let's start practicing your 3-finger HUD. Okay, so a quick disclaimer: I'm gonna be showing you guys this in my 4-finger HUD, but you guys will do it in your 3-finger HUD, because I am right now comfortable with a 4-finger HUD. I used 3-finger HUD many months ago, and now I'm not comfortable with it anymore. So let's show this. So first of all, what you need to do is come to this multiplayer training mode, and then here you got to start doing some simple stuff. Okay, like at first you should do the simplest stuff, like tracking these targets with your gun with ADS on and ADS off, so you get used to your sensitivity. Now you should start tracking and shooting them, so you get used to your new ADS fire button placement. And if you are using a sniper, then you should also start training your 3rd finger, which is using the ADS button and shooting and turning off ADS like this. You should try doing this. And another thing you should do is train with the weapon you usually use in matches. I use the LW3 Tundra and the AK-117, so I'm using the Tundra right now. And after you have mastered the basic tracking stuff and the shooting stuff, you can start moving on to some movements, so that you build muscle memory on every single button on your HUD. This is your goal, to build muscle memory on every single button on your HUD. So you can come up here and run around and start shooting. Then you can do some complex movements like dolphin jumps maybe, or jump peekings from some point. If you can jump peek from here and immediately shoot some target, that will build your reflex to reaction time too, and then that will also increase your muscle memory on your HUD. So that's how you should train your 3-finger HUD. So I think that's it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped you guys build your perfect 3-finger HUD and master it. The 3-finger HUD gives you an advantage over the users with 2-finger HUD, And if you move on to a 4-finger HUD after practicing the 3-finger HUD for like 2 to 3 months, then that would be even better. So I hope the best for you guys. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.